Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Captain of Industry. I'm Brave, and we're going to get right into it. So, on last episode, we left off with building up a rough assembler area and also making coal out of the wood that we're constantly harvesting. And we also have an iron mine over here. The second excavator did finish. He is right there, heading it on his way out to keep mining. So, one of the things that I was taking a quick look at before we got into the episode here was I took a look at the recipes and what it would take. So, to make the construction parts is pretty simplistic. It uses iron, wood, and concrete slabs. We're not currently producing any concrete slabs. We are producing wood, which is getting stored here. Oops, sorry. Which is getting stored in our storage, and then we also have enough coal because it's burning quite a bit of coal. But currently, there's only looks like 40 sitting in there. But these don't use coal. What uses coal is the blast furnace to make more iron plates. Cannot reach. Okay, maybe I have to redesign that. So back to designing this. So it takes what we're making iron. We have wood on the standby, but it also takes wood. So I'm trying to get iron self-dependent over by the iron mine. And then concrete slabs we need self-dependent. And then we could probably decommission some of these coal makers. But I think for right now, having them up and operational is good. So yeah, because selecting a recipe, this can take iron ore and coal and then convert it into molten iron. And there's some slag that comes off with and exhaust. But if it's way out over there, that's fine. We just need to get all of this coal to get over here. So are both of them going to get stuck now? It does look like it. All right, so we'll redesign. We'll put something over here for the iron. When it gets taken off, it can turn into molten iron, and then we'll just have to cast it, and then we can transport it elsewhere because we can use the coal from over here, and it seems like we constantly have wood piling up. So if we can get some wood over here with our iron and some coal burners, we could make a self-sufficient iron over here, which would probably be beneficial. I just need to get these guys set back up properly because apparently they're not. So mining, let's get rid of all that. Let's get rid of that. So if we cut into the mountain, I wish I could cut like that, but I can't. So if I did something like that, will they start cutting? Okay. So that seems to work. And if I go F, okay, then cut into that. I guess we'll see. He has one iron and a bunch of dirt. Okay, I guess we'll see if that works. I'm not too sure how it all works to cut on the mountain, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. But yeah, we need to get the iron that is being made, because there is iron here. There's 35, there's 85 iron located here, and then there's also some dirt. I'm not too sure what the dirt could be used for. But if I set up blast furnace, which takes the iron and the coal, and then can make it into iron scraps, or iron, which then could be used for my assemblers, that would be good. So if I did, I'm not too sure. I'm just probably going to start with one. I think what I'll do is I'll start it over here. So it goes in this way, and then this would be the out. So what we should do here, this is a grid. is if we plunk, let's say, one there, and let's do casters. We could do one, and flip. Oop, that's not one flip. I think what was flip? Flip was F. 2, and then we could hook this up with molten, wherever the caster thing is. This is going to need that, and then molten channel. So something like that. And then that'll be all of the molten that we need. Curious, what is... Oh, it's another way to get out the pollution. Do I only need one or do I need two? How much does this spew out? 60? That makes 24. Maybe I should just push this one more just in case. Just in case I need to get another chimney in there. So if we did flip 1, flip 2, and then we could probably get that in there, and then if we needed to down the road, we can get another stack in there if need be. Blast furnace has no recipes. Select recipes. Iron and coal. So now they should be grabbing all the iron or all the coal from over here that's like stocked up, and they should bring it out over here. I mean, that's not optimized by any means, but at least, yeah, I can come over this way. So it looks like they're actually finally properly digging the mountain out. And I think if this is mining, yeah, they're trying to mine so it's level. So I don't know if they're going to dump in here to make it level or what's the plan, but they are making it level. So that's good, I think. And then I'll just have to keep digging it down. So yeah, that will get underway. We can start making some more iron. This just needs to have the iron and the coal put into it. Okay. And they'll start bringing it back and forth. Maybe I should get more trucks. They do take quite a lot of parts that I'm not currently making. We could also repair a shipyard, which is 100, and I think we should do that. And it looks like we're getting low on diesel, so we definitely need to start making some diesel. And over here we do have oil, underground oil, but we have run out of space for wood. And I'm not sure if I can actually get rid of wood currently. But I should probably get more wood storage. And I could probably store it here, temporarily at least. So that's the in, that's the out. So if I do one, can I hold shift? Oh yeah, okay. Shift click allows me to put down more than one at a time. This can be wood. Just a temporary storage because it seems that we keep getting a lot of wood. So I want them to chop down these trees. I'm going to tell them to stop those and stop those. So I can chop down these, and I'll chop down those and those. Okay. And hopefully they can chop down those trees there. And they'll get underway to start building all that. But they are delivering. What do we have? So we have 90 and 184. Trucks would take 20 and 10 and 5. So if I did 1, 2... I could get more trucks, which would probably help with my... I just bumped my mic completely. My bad. That could definitely help getting more progress done that currently we seem to be very slow at. Okay, they got one of the furnaces up. So I'm guessing this guy drove all the way back to go get fuel. That is a far distance to get fuel. So I'm wondering if I could... Because I'm now regretting having this ore sorting plant so close. But I'm wondering if I could get unit storage. Because this stores... It doesn't store fuel. This stores fuel. So if I get... So if I did fueling up in this sector here... And store diesel. That would store 200 diesel. I don't think I need 200, so trucks keep empty. Above, I think 100 is fine. Trucks keep full. Trucks party for removal of stored product. Output to belt pipe only if trucks keep fill. Moving the green slider left to the right will inform trucks to prioritize these deliveries to make the storage filled up to the green slider. This useful when storage is connected to machines that need to production. Moving the red slider to the left will make trucks will request trucks to actively remove products from storage unit until its cargo is below the red mark. This is useful when the storage needs to be emptied or is used as a temporary storage, for example, for slag that needs to be dumped on the terrain. Okay, so this will make it so there's only 100. So half the capacity, which is kind of what we want. They're going to start dumping iron, and then that's going to actually pump into slag. And I'm thinking we could pump this one out this way, and we could have 2 more metal casters. With those metal casters, we'll make more iron, and that means we can make more assembly parts, which... I need to decide where is my assembly location going to be, because I don't think I want to have it way back over here. Extremely busy. And I don't really have enough parts of anything. But I think the biggest thing right now is because they have to constantly drive up and down to do everything. So I should probably try to do... my biggest parts of the factories over here. So that might mean that I should decommission my assemblers and put them out over this way. So yeah, I'm going to... I need my mountain channel. Actually, I guess first I should probably... What I'm going to do... because this seems to pump out... Waiting for product. So it's waiting for more iron. Which we have a ton of iron, but they're just so busy. These work... I don't know if they work faster or slower. So this pumps it out and then it shoots out slag. Seems like it's enough just for the one. Yeah, so we definitely need a more constant flow before we should be adding more onto it. Okay, I have a lot of refugees and I don't have a lot of space for them. So I definitely need to build more housing. Which currently we... Oh, I need to get rid of this one tree. Can I prioritize this one tree, please? Tree harvesting. Let's not harvest that or that or that. Okay. Hopefully they can harvest that one tree quickly enough. Because soon we're going to need more residents. But I think this is going okay. Okay, well they didn't listen that I didn't want 200 in here. Because I thought that's what it said. If you truck will prioritize delivery and make sure the storage is filled up to the green slider. So it looks like now they're exporting. No, they're using it. Okay, so there's 200 here. How much is over here? 100. Okay, so about the half. Good. All that is now demolished. I could now build refinement. Basic distillery. So I need to do some oil jack pumps. Which I currently don't even have enough. Construction parts. Waiting for product. Oh, I'm out of cement. Okay, hold on. Let me go to the map. That's not the map. Okay, I can trade. So I can do wood for brick. Let's just trade for a bit of concrete slabs because I don't have any. So I have more fuel than I have concrete slabs. So how do I make more concrete slabs? Because I completely am out, and I'm completely out of that for also iron. So it's good that this is up and operational, or I would be totally out of luck. But how do I make more? I need to make more concrete slabs. Tree harvester, I have no trees to harvest. Okay, so you guys can actually start harvesting all of that. All of that, and then I need to make wherever the concrete is. I thought I had concrete. Let's check my research. Construction to basic concreting under the Clin. So this requires limestone, coal, and water. And then that makes exhaust and concrete. Free housing. Too many people. Okay, so we need housing to be put up so people can live there. And then the clean, we need limestone. I think limestone is right here. But we are running low on... Well, I just don't know if we're running low anymore. We were. Construction number 2. So I think you can upgrade, right? No. So assembler 2 takes products in and pumps products out. But I definitely need to... So I have enough iron. Making iron, which is good. And I need to get... So I should probably have some coal being stored over here. They're still mining this out. It's very, very full of iron. Because we're very busy and don't have any free housing. And they're pretty much now just dumping it straight into that. And it's making iron plates. Okay, so we have more housing now. 240. That's good. But yeah, we need to get limestone. So to get limestone, we need to mine it. And that would require having a miner. So a mine control tower. We'll probably put it here. And then we need to edit the area. And then we'll probably just drag this to there. Do something like that. And then mine sea level. That's above sea level. So if we did that, I think that's fine. We should be able to build that. And because this is pretty full, let's take one off of here and one off of there. We'll just do a 1-in-1 split until we get more. 1, 1. So we'll bring them over. We'll start mining that up. Again, my trucks are very busy, but I don't really have... I could use my Unity. I guess I have. Oh, apparently I have a lot more than I thought. Let's do 3 more. See if that helps. So once this excavator gets over here, it should be able to start mining what it needs to. And should be able to bring in a lot of limestone. I'm thinking that maybe I should set up a loose storage. Just so that we can plunk in the limestone and then we can send it straight to the kiln. So water needs to go in there, which we do have a water catch, which is currently way over here not being used. So we can use it, which is good. I think, do our tree harvesters have more trees to go through? There's so many trees in this area, it's unbelievable. And so he's full already. So we should do a loose storage. I don't think we need a sorter right now. So if we did, let's say loose storage, I'm going to say there. I don't know if that's the best place or not, but it's going there. So it'll be 200, and then the kiln needs to be here, but they're going to have to bring all the water up to here. Unless I did it in here. And then this could be, we do road up there. This could be where we process the limestone and coal. It's kind of a good halfway point. We might do all my assembling in here because it is halfway. So we'll do that there. And then we'll do a stack here. And it's time for a Gatorade break. Oh yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll do some of the assembling, I think, in here once we take more of the trees out, because it's still out of the way of coal. But we do have everything kind of just spread out right now, which is rough, but that's okay. We will get kiln up, which it seems to be under construction. It looks like we have, we should have enough to build it, because we have 123 and we have a surplus going on. We have 580 copper in storage, or not. Do we? How much copper do we have? Production, we had 10, and now we're 0, and we have 580. So we do have a lot of copper. And then this should help us make concrete, which is beneficial. Oh, and this is not a sign, so this needs to store limestone. And then, yeah, it looks like he's probably going to drop it off. And then we need coal, and then we need rainwater, which we have all those byproducts. Now I'm wondering, because rainwater can go actually straight into it. If we did a rain collector, which it doesn't seem to take too much. It's just freaking massive, though. If we did it up here, left enough space, and then if we put a pipe like that, and then they don't have to deliver the water, you can just go straight in. And I wonder, for the vehicle ramps, can we do, oh, these are huge. It's massive. Okay, whatever. So yeah, we don't have to deliver water because the water will just fall into itself constantly. We just have to do the coal and the limestone. But I guess, could we have, where is the, oh, he has dirt. Okay, so he needs a sorter because he has dirt. He can't just plunk it in there. Okay. So he can't, oh, this one's like full. How much does a sorter take? For sorting, it takes 100 kilowatts and it's 80 to build. Yeah, but he needs to be able to sort it. And he only can say one or the other. Okay, so I need to sort it. And ideally it would be nice if we could just make the storage right in the back. But I think I messed that up. Okay, that's fine. This I don't need anymore then, because we have another one. So if I demolish it, I don't get all of it back, but I'll get most of it back, which is good. And then I can do a sorter up here. And I'll probably build it right here. Yeah, because this will be nice and close to where they're harvesting. And then I'm going to delete this. And I can build this. Add product to sort, limestone, and dirt. And rock, I think, is fine. And then I think we could add in a storage. Which one's limestone? Yeah, we could add it in, but they might as well just grab it and take it. I don't think we have enough research on it yet. Oh, it's not research. This is research. We're not researching anything. So let's get train leveling, blueprints, and conveyor belts. That's advanced concreting. I don't think we need that yet. We just set up our concrete factory. He is waiting for more byproduct of the limestone. And once we can sort it, that should go by quicker. These are getting full. And it's our biggest thing is just not having a constant supply. Okay, and there goes our ore. Our ore sorting is up. So now he should be able to dump it. Yeah, and he can be able to do what he needs to do. And he can get filled, and then he can dump. And then another truck will come and take it, and we'll put the limestone into the kiln. But if we could have done large, that would have been great, because it doesn't look like coal is really needed too much. And then that'll make concrete slabs. We'll make 64 before it's out, which is good. So yeah, they're going to be putting in wood, and they're going to be taking out coal and dumping our trash. Soon we're going to need to get more places for residents to live, but that's fine. I don't have the availability to upgrade it yet, I don't think. Yeah, let's just get rid of all of these. Oh, they're dismissal, dismissal, and that's still being built. Mail. New refugees. Okay, thank you. All right. So next up on the list, what we're not producing, which we kind of need to produce, is we do need to produce our construction parts a little bit quicker. And I think assemblers 2 will definitely help out with that, but we should also probably get coal up and operational. There's just so many tasks to do. So diesel production, oh yeah, that's what we were doing, weren't we? He's off to get fuel. We're building an oil pump on an oil deposit and collect to basic distiller. Product diesel, dump wastewater. Okay, so we can definitely do that. I'm not too sure, because we do need diesel or we're going to run out. I'm not too sure. There's no deposit. So can we flip this? And then can we put a jack? So it says that is on. So we could do that. Crude oil has 60,000. Notify if reserve is low. We can do that. And then we could send it straight into a distiller. But then that would pull away our opportunity to use a pipe to transport it. So if I did that there, and then I did, you know what we should do? Cancel that. Oil pump on this side. Distiller here, because I got to get rid of I got to dump the liquid. So if I did, let's just do that. That would dump, and then so it needs coal. Dang, everything needs coal. I should just get my coal up and operational after this. So I need to do if I flip this, I could do that. And then I could make a pipe. Pipe that goes like that. And then I need to have a way to send off pollution in a smokestack. And then rubber maker would take fuel, but I just need to get fuel up and operational right now. So then we can put it. Can this piping? I'm looking for storage here. Fuel storage. So I could put it here, and then I could also hook up a pipe. And then now I have some fuel storage, and I just need to hook up my pump. So on 3. So if I do that and that, that'll give me pumping, and then I can pull it further to pump it out further in a different way. Okay. I'm getting refugees like no other. So it wants 2 oil pumps to 1 distill. So that must be the ratio, is like a 2 to 1. So I need 1 more pump. I'll do that, and then I will hook it up. Boom. Okay. And then that's just going to be exposed. That's fine. Blueprints are unlocked. That's unlocked. Good, good. I'm going to start building the storage. They built the basic distillery. And my coal goes in there. So maybe what I should do is unit storage. If I could have 1, and then I will assign it to be... This doesn't store coal, really? Okay, let's cancel it. What's store? Oh, this stores coal. Okay. So if I could do... So this would just be straight into coal. Yeah, if I just did that, and then this would be coal storage. Okay, and then that could just self-sustain. And then this needs to dump wastewater, I believe. Because this produces wastewater. Yep, okay. And this fuel storage is going to store diesel. Oh, that's kind of neat. I didn't notice that that's how it knows if it's fully stored or not. That's cool. All right, so that's going to be diesel. That's going to be good. I don't need it to run around everywhere. And then once that's hooked up, that'll be wonderful. Looks like we are making concrete, which is good. And if I need, I could hook up a second one. But I think it's pretty stable. Now, where does it take in the coal from? It takes it in from there, but because I messed it up, I can't actually use it. Okay, that is fine. But now we are making diesel, which is what we needed. So we don't run out. But we should get a bigger assembler area. Because right now it's just not really cutting it. So are they pulling from this one? Yes, okay, so they're taking it down to 100. This one can stay at 200. And then these jacks, they just need to get this road. Speeds it up by instantly doing it. Sure. Let's speed it up. Produce diesel 16, dump wastewater. And then how much does this cost? Oh, it's waiting for material, so I can't do it, I guess. And then apparently the roads that I bought can just go right over top of this. So they don't have to go around it. But I don't have enough. I don't have enough of this, which is a problem. And to make what I want is iron and concrete slabs. And I'm making concrete over here. So be it really not enough to sustain what I want to do. because it is quite slow. However, how much concrete do we need per assembler? We need 6, and this runs pretty slow too. And I'm guessing these are full. Yeah, these are full, so this isn't doing anything anymore. He's just sitting idly full. So what I think I should do is if I can set up assemblers to just make assemblers 2. This is waiting for this is waiting for concrete. This currently has 8. I think that means 8. So I can boost this. Double the throughput while consuming unit. Also ignores electrical requirements. Yeah, so this never needs water, it seems, but it's very slow to get concrete going. And he's taking 20. So there currently is 12 in here. And it's making 8, I think. Another quick Gatorade break. Yeah, I think he's making 8 at a time. Yeah, so he's making 8 at a time. Can store up to 64. I can boost it, but there's no real point. Because it doesn't seem that I have enough limestone being moved. It just seems to run out. That's my biggest downfall, it seems, is limestone. So what if I up the priority? Would they bring more limestone quicker? Are we dumping wastewater yet? Waiting for product. Output is full. Oh wow, we filled that diesel fast, didn't we? Okay, and they're going to keep bringing over coal. Which, I wonder if we could... Because the coal is made through the byproduct of wood. And if we needed to be chopping down trees over here, we could have it where it's just pumping its own wood in, right? So if I did... Where is it again? Blast... No, not blast furnace. Not a diesel generator. Why does it always seem so hard to find that one? Here it is, coal maker. No, I can't because I don't have conveyor belts. So they'd have to still be over here doing it because it has no way to output. Okay, well, they're gonna bring all the coal over that they need. They're bringing trees. Trucks can export, but it's not gonna... Well, is this one full too? Let's just make that so that can be full. And then... wondering if I should build... Okay, so diesel production's done. I get 50 and 60. Cool. Synthetic. Build and connect rubber. Copper. Reduce refugees inbound. How do I do that? How do you reduce it? Pause the beaking. Oh, okay. Pause. I guess fair enough. We're pretty available on workers. Disable truck import from new diesel. Now, where do I disable it? Build fuel. Disable truck import for the new diesel storage. To disable import, select disable truck import. Oh, because they're gonna try to keep it. Trucks cannot import. Collect my reward, 60 and 60. Okay, cool. Repair the ship. Fill the ship with 80 diesel. Load crew to the ship. Okay, we can do that. Unloads fuel. Load crew. And then do they load the fuel? To refuel your ship, select the shipyard and drag the fuel slider to the right. Fuel the ship. Alright, so they'll fuel the ship, I guess? Alright. Okay. So, explore first location of the world. So we're filling the ship. Build one assembler, one to produce electronics, to produce vehicle parts. But we really seem to need... Because we're currently using... We're making more... We're using more than we make, which is not good. This, we're good on potatoes. We seem to be good on coal. Wood, we're using more than we're making. This over here requires coal. So I'm wondering if I should make like blast furnaces over here, or if I should just get coal. But then where I'm going to store all the wood? That's a real question. So they seem to be working. They're working away. Well, actually, they're full, so they're not working. And I don't really want to hook up more storages for that. What I think I need to do is at least bring this closer, so it doesn't have to go so dang far to grab iron to go back to my assemblers. So I wonder if... I know they're cutting down all the trees over here, and I'm thinking this might be the best place for it to go, because it's kind of in the middle. And then we can move some stuff around. It's just we don't need to be so congested. That's my concern, except with the kiln here. But I think if we did an assembler 2, assembler line that is faster and produce more advanced product, but this needs construction parts too, and I don't have any of that. But this can make construction parts too. So if I did 1, 2, if I did 3, let's say 3, 4, 5. Can I do 5 assemblers? And then I could put the storage elsewhere. Probably. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 6 of those. And then what we could do is we could do construction for 3 of them. Yeah, I think that would be good. And then it wants us to do electrical parts. So we should do mechanical parts. Electrical. And vehicle, I believe, is the last one. Yeah, okay. So that's going to make most of our construction. And then we can decommission this. And then have some stuff that's a lot closer. And then we should make the coal mine operational, so that we can have just very nearby coal. And then we probably should have, I'm thinking, a larger storage somewhere around here. But they have a lot of trees to harvest. Oh, conveyor belt's good. That is going to really increase a lot of stuff. Which is sweet. Awesome. Yeah, conveyor belts probably will help out a lot to move everything that we need. But yeah, so these are going to wait for products. So plates, wood, and slabs. I'm wondering if... So if this needs plates, wood, and slabs, and concrete. Concrete's coming from over here. Those just need plates. These just need a whole bunch of stuff. But these just need that. Just bring in copper. Because they make the electrical components, and then they put them into here, and they make vehicle parts. But I'm thinking if we can get iron, wood, and concrete slabs, which iron, wood, and concrete slabs can all go into these. This is the inn. I could do... If I do 1, Do 4 like that. If I do, say, 4 like this, could I say this is iron, this is iron, and then this one is wood, and this one is wood. I think if that sits there, I can then conveyor belt into these slots, and then we have more of a centralized storage location for all of our parts. And then potentially we could do storage for the construction on this side, and then we could do a bridge over top of all of that. That is what my mind is thinking. So if I go, I believe it would be in here, a U-shaped conveyor, well, a U-shaped conveyor, because this needs 3 parts, and I have 3 parts. So 1. Now, is there a thing as a bridge? No, there's not such thing as a bridge. I can't bridge it over. And I'm thinking... that I would get to... So if I did... If I did this one as wood as well, then iron and then wood. Because if I put that there... Oh, this needs advanced materials too. So if I maybe... What does it take to give you a recipe for this? It needs construction parts and electronics. So if I did that, that can make level 2, which I need. Apparently a lot of it too. That would do that. Now I'm like thinking that maybe these should just be straight behind them. Okay, let's, yeah. These should definitely just be straight up behind them. Fast speed. We should just do these straight behind, I think. Because if I did... That'd be 2. So maybe if I did one... like this, and like... No, how would I want to do this? Because if I do this, I would have 1, 2, and then I could do... What's the in? Okay, what if I... this just seemed to be the complicated part of this game, no? So if I did... trying to figure this part out, because I don't have anything that can go up and over, right? And I think that might be a new... Yeah, conveyor lifts would take it up and over. But I currently don't have anything that can go up and over. So maybe we should get a groundwater pump. And fuel stations would be huge. Farms, crops. I guess etiquettes, yeah, that'd be fine too. These are producing. I'm just currently not making any rubber. And I'm using rubber. So this is... I wonder if I should just make that... Because to make this one, you need electrical components and construction. So I could make that in a different location. Because I'm just trying to set up my assembler location. My temporary assembler location. I'm running into a big old problem with these. But what if I... Because if I had conveyor belt... Trying to think. So if I had a flat connector and I pulled all of my wood that I need from a back storage, I just couldn't cross. I just could not cross the other lines with that storage. So if I did 1, 2, 3 minimum, so if I did 4, 1, 2, 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, yeah. 1, 2, and then 3. That would mean then I could do, if this was steel, steel would go straight in. And if this was steel again, this could go straight in, but then I couldn't cross it. Oh, wait, hold on. It does go up and over. Oh, okay. Who knew? Probably you guys. And I'm just sitting here thinking it doesn't go over. But it does. Apparently you can go over. Okay, so then I could do my storage units on the side like I had them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that would allow me to do, you store iron. You would also store iron, and you would be wood and wood. And then I could do conveyor belt, which would go into there. I guess technically you could do like that. And then you could connect it kind of like that. And then that would help feed both of them. And then there's a tree in my way. Yeah, so you could do that, and then that would feed all of it. Right? That would be all of... So then I guess my big question would be then, if I deleted this, deleted that, could I not just do this, and then this just be iron? And then that would just supply all of that, and then could I not do the same thing with the wood? Because that would be out. That would be like that. And then instead of doing it where it comes off the back side, just delete this, delete that, delete that. Could I not then... Well, actually, I should probably have it one away and then running in. Could I not do... Which ones need iron? All of these. Could I not do that, and then that, and then just pull off of there? Like, I think we're on the track of something here. Because then that would be all of that that's needed, no? And I could just hook that up, I guess. I don't think it's needed, because it's going to pull at the same rate. And then that means that I could do something, if I put it, yeah, if I just did this, which ones all need wood? Just these. So if I did that, why does it want to do it so wonky? That one doesn't. That one doesn't. Okay, so if I did that, why is it want to... Oh, how wonky. Okay, maybe we have to do one at a time. Yeah, okay, and then that would feed all of that. And then I could just keep this going, I guess? Let's do... Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then this would need to be wood, wood, and wood. Yeah. Alright, okay, cool. That's iron, 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 and that one's iron. So now all the trucks are just going to bring all the iron here. And that means that they can be self-sufficient with wood and iron. And the only thing else I would need would be concrete. Which I guess I could do one concrete, even though I'm not making a lot. And then down the road I could have the concrete just putting itself in as well. So like that, and like that, I guess. How crazily wonky does this all look? Leave it in the comments. How crazy does this look? Just bonkers. Because they should be able to pull, no? It should just be able to push into here and then constantly pull. I'm thinking. At least that's where my brain's going. Are we importing anything? How are we getting all these construction pieces? So then I guess then what I could do is actually tell this to select that recipe. Select recipe, that one. And then click to remove current assign. This will request structure remove all the remaining product. And then I can move this out. And then I could change that into construction parts 2. Yeah. I think that works. Extremely busy. Yeah, I know. I'm just confused with how it's building these. I mean, I guess it only takes like 1. And just a bit of silicone. Yeah, so they can import it. And then they can export it. So it must... Because that's filling. Yeah, so it must work. Okay. And then this is going to make concrete. And then hopefully, once we're not super overfilling... So are you guys getting your diesel from over here? Yes, you guys are all filling up way over here. I think that's fine, though. Another Gatorade break before the end of the episode. So, yeah. Okay. No, we're looking... Oh, wow, we've been... This is a long video. Okay. We're looking like we're on a better track now. It seems everything's to be flowing really nicely. We got a bit of an assembler factory coming up and operational. That looks like an absolute spaghetti factory mess. But no, we're looking good. We can collect some of that, and then we can continue on our process of getting more of this done. But I did want to get a bigger kind of factory set up so we weren't just constantly fighting the constant struggle of not enough construction parts, because we weren't... we were so far away trying to produce everything that it was just such a long drive to get between things. But this seems to be more of a centralized location. They got a lot of places to dump off everything that they may need to dump off. And then hopefully eventually we get our conveyor belts up and operational so that we are using them. And then all our trucks have to do is just dump in, just dump it into the storage. And then the storage will be able to pull it out, just kind of how like the wood's doing it right now. Yeah, because it does pull it across. That's cool. I actually like that mechanic. But anyways, if you like the episode, again, remember to make sure to like, subscribe, and if you really are enjoying what the community is bringing and what I have to bring, join that Discord server. Link is in my YouTube bio, and it's also going to be in the description of this video. If I didn't miss anything, also comment, just for even the sake of engagement. But if I didn't miss anything, I will see everybody on the next one. Take care.